Hello good day viewers. In this tutorial we are going to learn how to simplify logarithm of numbers less than 1 without using calculator. So we have two problems right here, A and B. We are going to start with this one. But it is always recommended to know the basic laws of indices as well as laws of logarithm before simplifying any problem that is related to logarithm. So let me copy this question and start with it. So here is the question. Look at this exponent, you can see it is negative. To transform it into positive, we can just take the reciprocal of these numbers. That is by flipping upside down the numbers. And this becomes log of the denominator will become the numerator. So we have 0.0021 divided by 0.08162 raised to the power of 3. This is the first thing. Now remember that if you have log of a number, say x, raised to the power of a number n, this can be written as n multiplied by log of x. You can see the power becomes the multiple of our log. We can transform this in this form as well. So let's go ahead and do that. This is equal to 3 multiplied by log of 0.0021 divided by 0.08162. Another law of logarithm, it says that if you have log of x divided by y, this can be written as log of x minus log of y. This is equal to 3 multiplied by log of 0.0021 minus log of 0.08162. Okay, we are almost done. What is next is to find log of this number separately. Find log of this number separately, subtract this from this, then you multiply by 3 and you are done. But how can we find log of these numbers less than 1? It is as simple as using the 4-figure table known as logarithm table. And I have it here. Let me form my table first. So the table will be of the form numbers, then logarithm. We just have two numbers. The first one is 0.0021 and the second one is 0.08162. You should know that log of any number comprises of two things: the characteristics and the mantissa. You find the characteristics, then you add it to mantissa. For characteristics, it is the power of 10 when the number is transformed into its standard form, while the mantissa can be obtained from the logarithm table, and I will show you how to do that. Okay, let us take each of these numbers and transform them into their standard form. For 0.0021, this is equal to, we are going to migrate this point to the first significant number. 1, 2, 3. We have to move it 3 times to the right. So this becomes 2.1 times 10 raised to the power of negative 3. If you are going towards the right hand side, the power is always negative. If it is from the right hand side towards the left hand side, the power is always positive. So this power here is our characteristics. And we are going to write it as bar 3, not minus 3, because only the power is negative. So now what is left for us to find is the mantissa, and this mantissa can be obtained from the table. And all the mantissas start from 0 point something, and in the end we have to add to our characteristics. So instead of this addition, we can just add point here and write the significant part. To look for any number under our logarithm table, we only need the significant figures. In this case, you can see we only have 21. And we are going to categorize this 21 into 4 parts. The first two numbers, or the first 2 digits, then the third digit, the single one, and the 4th digit if available. But in this case, you can see the first 2 digits are 21. The third digit is 0 because it is not present there. The 4th digit is also 0. So we are going to look for 21 under 0, difference of 0. But under mean difference, all numbers start from 1. Therefore, we are going to neglect this part. Only consider 210. So let me show you how to obtain 210 under logarithm. You're going to look for 21 under 0. This 21 is located along our vertical column. Let me zoom it for you. You can see 21 right here. So under 0, we are going to look for the horizontal row. You can see we have 0 here. You come down to a point where the two intersected. This is exactly where they intersected. You can see 21 here, and if you go up, you see 0. The point of intersection is 0.3222. So we're only going to consider 3222. So let me write it here. So we have 3222. And we are done for this number. Now let us move on to the second number. The second number is 0.08162. Let us change this number into standard form. 1, 2, you migrate the decimal point towards the right hand side 2 times, and this number becomes 8.162 multiplied by 10 raised to the power of minus 2, because the point was migrated twice towards the right hand side. So this negative 2 is our characteristics, and we're going to write it here as bar 2 point. Then the mantissa, we are going to consider only 8162. The first 2 numbers, the third digit, and the last one. We are going to look for 81 under 6, difference of 2. All right, you can see we have 81 right here. All this row belongs to 81. Then under 6, let us look for 6 to the top. You can see under 6 here. Let me bring it down to the point of intersection. Can you see the point of intersection is 0.9117. We are only going to consider the decimal part. 9117. 9117. Then we look for difference of 2. You can see it here. Difference of 2. You can see under mean difference, we have 1, 2 to 9. So under 2, we come down like this to the point of intersection. Can you see the mean difference is 1? That is the point of intersection. So we say plus 1. We add 1 to that number we obtain. Plus 1, and this becomes 9118. This 9118 is what we are going to add here. 9118. And this bar 2.9118 is said to be the logarithm of this number. But we are not done yet, because now we are going to subtract this logarithm from this one. Whatever we obtain, then we multiply by 3. So we have 0.0021 divided by 0.08162. If we have division, we subtract the logs. So we are going to subtract this. 2 minus 8, we have to borrow. If you take away 1 from this 2, you are left with 1. You bring that 1 here to make this number 12. Then you say 12 minus 8, is equal to 4. You write 4 here. What you have here left is 1. That 1 minus this 1 is equal to 0. Then here we have 2 minus 1 equal to 1. And we have 3 minus 9. We have to borrow again. But remember, this number here is negative 3. If you take away 1 from negative 3, what you left there is negative 4. So this number becomes bar 4. Let me write it here. Bar 4. But what you bring here will change the number to 13. And 13 minus 9 is equal to 4. Then you write 4 here. Remember, we have point here. This is what we have left. Bar 4 minus bar 2 is equal to bar 2. Bar 2. We are almost done because we have obtained this equal to this. We have obtained this, which is equal to this. We have subtracted to obtain this. All we have left is to multiply by 3. And remember, this 3 is our power, which is our index. So let me bring it back. 0.0021 divided by 0.08162 raised to the power of 3. And this 3 from laws of logarithm, it will multiply the log of the whole of this, which is equal to this. So this is the same thing as saying bar 2.4104 multiplied by 3. And this is equal to, if you're multiplying, you start from the right, and if you're dividing, you start from the left. So we say 3 multiplied by 4, is equal to 12. We write 2, we have 1 left. 3 multiplied by 0 is 0, plus this 1 is equal to 1. We have 1 here. Then 3 multiplied by 1 is equal to 3. And 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. We write 2, we have 1 left. 3 multiplied by negative 2 is negative 6, plus this 1 will make it negative 5. But we are going to write bar 5. So this number here, bar 5.2312, is said to be the logarithm of the whole of this number, which we are looking for. Now let us take the second part, which is the last one. So this is our last problem. We know that from laws of indices, a square root can be written in an index form as 1 over 2. So this is equal to log of this number 0.00816 multiplied by 10 raised to the power of negative 3 raised to the power of 1 over 2. Again, from laws of logarithm, this power can now multiply. We have 1 over 2 log of, we can even transform this number into standard form. We migrate this point 1, 2, 3 times to the right. It becomes 8.16 times 10 raised to the power of negative 3 times 10 also raised to the power of negative 3. And from laws of indices, you can see these two numbers have the same base. If they have the same base and they are multiplying, we can just add their indices. This is equal to 1 over 2 log of 8.16 times 10 raised to the power of negative 6. And this power of negative 6 is said to be the characteristics of this number right here. So let me write it here. Numbers. This time around we have only one number, and logarithm. The number is 8.16 times 10 raised to the power of negative 6. The characteristics is bar 6. We add our point. Then we look for the mantissa for this number 8.16. We are going to look for 81 under 6. No difference because we have only 3 digits. So let me go there. We already have it here. You can see we have 81 here. under 6 is what we have looked for earlier, which is 0.9117. So we are going to write 9117 here. 9117. Okay, but remember that we are going to multiply the log. The log is this one. You can see we have obtained the log. What is left for us is to multiply by 1 over 2, which is the same thing as dividing this log by 2. So 8.16 times 10 raised to the power of negative 6 raised to the power of 1 over 2 is the same thing as dividing this number by 6. 9117 divided by 2. You know, for division, we have to start from the left. By 6 divided by 2 is by 3. Point. 9 divided by 2 is 4, but we have 1 left. You bring it here, it becomes 11. Divided by 2 is 5. We have 1 left. You bring it here, it becomes 11. Divided by 2 is 5. We have 1 left. Bring it here, it becomes 17. Divide by 2 is 8 with a remainder of 1, but we do not have any number to the right, so we stop here. Therefore, this number here is said to be the logarithm of this number that we are looking for. And this is all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Do have a nice day.